Hello everyone, today we are in the city of Sinaia in the Romanian mountains and we are going to visit the Sinaia Monastery and take a walk on the royal path. We will start from the city's train station, which is a historical monument consisting of the royal train station and the Sinaia train station. The train station was built after the construction of the Peleș Castle, to ease King Carol I of Romania's travel with the royal train to the capital. The Orient Express, the luxury train which starts its journey in Paris and reaches Istanbul, also passes through the Sinaia train station. And in the same location, a tragic page of Romania's history was written. This is the place where the Romanian Prime Minister Ioan Gheorghe Duca was assassinated in 1933 by 3 members of a political group which in Romanian is called Legionari. Translated into English, this would be the Legionnaires. This political party was a member of the extreme right movement which was sweeping through Europe at that time. On the way to the Sinaia Monastery, we are passing through the Dimitrie Ghica Central Park, inside of which we can see the Karaiman and Palace Hotel, the Prahova County Museum of Natural Science, the branch of Sinaia, and the Sinaia Casino. Located on the edge of the park, the Sinaia Casino was built at the initiative of King Carol I in 1911 and was completed in just 7 months. The casino had several shareholders, including Baron Edgar Marquet, a shareholder of the casino in Monte Carlo, the architecture of which inspired the aesthetic of the Sinaia Casino. An interesting fact about the Palace Hotel and the Sinaia Casino is that they're connected by an underground tunnel, which was used in the past by gamblers to safely pass with large sums of money and mistresses without being followed by the critical eyes of the locals and by the journalists of the day. We have made it to the Sinaia Monastery. This monastery is of Orthodox Christian monks and was founded by Mihai Cantacuzino in 1695 and has a Byzantine architecture. The story says that Mihai Cantacuzino, together with his family, made a pilgrimage to Mount Sinai, where he prayed at St. Catherine's Monastery, and impressed by what he saw, he decided that on his return he would build a monastery in the mountains of Romania that would be named Sinaia after Mount Sinai, where Moses received the tablets with the 10 Commandments. At the beginning, the monastery was built to house 12 monks, but over time their number grew, so they had to build a bigger church and additional living quarters for the monks. Within the monastery there are 2 churches, the new church and the old church. In the courtyard where the old church is located, we find fragments of the buildings that once stood in this place, and plaques with information such as the one about the fragment of the gate that was built according to the church in the year 7228 from Adam, or the year 1720 after Christ. In the monastery there is also the tomb of Tache Ionescu, Prime Minister of Romania between 1921 and 1922. He was the 29th Prime Minister of Romania, a supporter of Romania's entry into the First World War on the side of Entente, and participated in the signing of the peace agreement of 1913 in Bucharest at the end of the Second Balkan War. He was also an active supporter of the fight for the national unity of Romanians outside of the borders. In the old church, on the inside, we can see the traditional style of painting of the Romanian Orthodox Christian churches. And at the entrance, the coat of arms of the Cantacuzino family that has passed down through generation and which is carved in stone so it can last for centuries. The coat of arms is made out of several symbols. A double-headed eagle with a crown above its head, in one claw holding a sword and in another claw holding a scepter. In this first section of the church we can see a painted mural with scenes from the Bible representing heaven and hell and important moments from the life of Jesus Christ. The new church was built in its initial form between 1842 and 1846, after which it was rebuilt at the initiative of King Carol I between 1897 and 1903, according to the plans of the architect George Mandare. From the Sinaia Monastery we start towards the royal path, and on the way we will pass by the Furnica Hotel, a beautiful historical monument that was built in 1889 at the same time as the Peleș Castle, about which we will talk more in a future video, so subscribe to our channel and hit the little bell icons to be notified when that video comes out. The Furnica Hotel, which we now see on the right, was originally intended for the officers' corps of Furnica. To get to the royal path, we go to Cota 1400 Street, from which we enter the forest road that is part of today's trail. The path was originally a dirt road built at the same time as the Peleș Castle for King Carol I, who was fond of hiking. The path was then laid out with cubical stone and wooden balustrades. The trail takes about 2 hours as a round trip, following the blue vertical line marking. And this hike ends at Stâna Regală. But if you want, from here you can continue through the Jepi Mari mountains to Piatra Arsă following the same marking, and from there you can go to the Ialomița Monastery cave and waterfall. I will leave a link in the description of this video and in the card above for our clip of this hike. Near Stâna Regală there is a lookout point called the Franz Joseph Rock, from where you can admire the Prahova Valley with its string of cities. The rock bears the name of the emperor of the Austro-Hungarian Empire, as some time ago Carol I of Romania brought him here, as he did with many of his guests, and Franz Joseph was very impressed by the beauty of the place, and since then the rock bears his name. Another trail that starts from the top of Stâna Regală is marked with a vertical red line and goes to the hotel and cable car called Cota 1400, which is at an elevation of 1,400 meters, and then to the mountain peak called Vârful Cudor. Here we also meet a third route marked with a yellow dot that goes through the forest until it reaches the town of Bușteni, and there it meets with the trail that goes to Cascada Urlătoare, the Howling Waterfall, located on the trail marked with the blue triangle. If you want to see the video of the hike to the Howling Waterfall, you can find it in the card above or in this video's description. Stâna Regală is a mountain pasture where King Carol I and Queen Elisabeta came to together with their guests for traditional events and parties. If you have enjoyed today's trip and would like to be notified when we release a new video, subscribe to the channel, share and give it a thumbs up so we know you liked it. And we will see you soon on another hike.